I've incorporated meditation and yoga into my life on a regular basis, and it has transformed my state of being. I've been reading Eknath Easwaran's The Dhammapada. On page 91 it reads, "Little by little, the Buddha says, we make ourselves good, as a bucket fills with water drop by drop. Little by little, too, we change the world we live in. Even the grand, earth-shaking events of history have their origins in individual thought." I often find that sometimes making minor changes in the home can have a profound impact on the way we interact with our space. Sometimes I'll just move one chair from one room to another, or a table, or a painting, and I'll feel completely different. Recently, I made a meditation room. It's a room in the house that I've dedicated exclusively to meditation. It's really been something that's been able to encourage me to sit down and breathe and flow through some yoga every morning. Having the dedicated space has given me a reason to sit for at least 15 minutes every day and start each day with intention. I like to think about how no objective reality actually exists, because each of us will interpret what happens to us and what we witness differently. In that sense, we each have the power to construct our realities as we see fit, and when we choose to do so with empathy, curiosity, and openness, no one can take away our inner peace. Inner peace is cultivated through meditation and conscious awareness, even though the subconscious guides most of our actions. Through becoming present, we master our reactions and learn to regulate our emotions. The less we focus on the individual self, which is in a constant state of change and impermanence, and the more we focus on the fact that we are all one, the more peace we find within ourselves and within the world. I enjoy walking through different neighborhoods and observing all that surrounds me, the things we so often do not notice when we are focused on arriving at our destination. There is a simple magic to a walk or a stroll that exists in and of itself, because its sole purpose is to bring joy to the person walking and to extend warmth and kindness to anyone and anything observed during the walk. I often gaze at the beautiful homes, wondering who lives inside and what their lives are like, and I like a neighborhood where each home is as eclectic as the variety of people who inhabit them. Sometimes I get a peek in through an open curtain or an illuminated living room. Today, I had many serendipitous conversations with people out on their porches. One was with a man who is retiring in Paris, and another was with a woman who has lived in Italy and will be moving back to Europe with her husband, who works for the State Department. I would like to work abroad and live in France again, and this little moment was the universe unexpectedly leading me back to these opportunities, or at least reminding me of them. I also brought along my film camera and was taking little snapshots of inspiration, like a pink flower against a white brick, or a pair of identical plants hanging from an awning. I often find that it's when we aren't looking for inspiration or connection with others that life presents us with it in our relaxed, curious state. Today, for example, I stumbled upon a neighborhood garage sale. It filled my morning stroll with pleasant conversations with neighbors, and I also found a gorgeous pair of marble bookends for my books that keep falling over, and a vintage frame that I plan to use to frame some of my film photography in. Putting ourselves out there to connect with others creates those loose ties we all need in our lives, such as an exchanged smile or a bit of shared laughter. These are the moments we live for, and it's human connection in its simplest form. Walks or strolls are one of the most underrated things we can do as humans. It involves taking in a massive amount of input, visual, auditory, olfactory, and has a resoundingly calming effect on our moods. I practice meditation daily, so I see my walks as a chance to meditate while in motion, which means I take in what is around me through the five senses. While being open to life and curious about the world, I walk slowly with intention and appreciate all of the beauty that surrounds me while smiling at passerby. I am open to conversations that may arise naturally, and I engage the five senses. Touch by petting dogs, touching leaves, feeling the breeze on my face. Smell by smelling the flowers or hints of homemade meals and what's cooking in nearby restaurants. I see stunning brick homes, manicured gardens, smiling faces of people lost in conversation. I hear laughter, the sound of my feet on pavement, and leaves rustling in the wind. I taste coffee as it hits my tongue. I think any approach to life should be holistic. I recently changed the way that I eat, and it has worked wonders on my well-being. We cannot ever separate the body from the mind, so the way that we nourish our bodies is going to have a direct impact on our psyche. I eat in a way that is curious about food. I consume primarily vegetables, fruits, fish, nuts, legumes, lentils, and beans. My favorite way to source vegetables is from our local farmers markets when I can. I've greatly reduced my bread, dairy, and sugar intake, though I admit I do have a pretty strong addiction to sugar. But this has all resulted in significantly less inflammation throughout my body. I've become interested in neurogenesis, which is the brain's ability to create new neuronal paths and networks. Through activities such as learning, reading, meditating, traveling, exercising, and eating well, our brain turns to a state of neurogenesis. With my lifestyle changes, I felt an immensurate amount of peace and a constant energy, and I've also cut out caffeine entirely. I enjoy cooking a homemade meal for myself and feeling a connection to what I eat. I also get regular exercise through yoga, walking, jogging, playing tennis, and biking. All of these physical changes have made me feel younger than I've ever felt in my entire life. I balance the physical with the mental, and I feel well-rounded and grounded.